already know what time it is. What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of the... Why are you looking like that? God, I'm keeping that in. What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of the Squawk and Seas podcast, your favorite Pokemon podcaster's favorite Pokemon podcast. He still knows how to do it. On today's episode, we're going to be talking about the two big regionals that just happened this past weekend in Belo Horizonte and Milwaukee,
What'd you
Wisconsin.
call me?
I called you whatever that means in Portuguese. Belo Horizonte, big vertical. I don't know. It's a place.
Big vertical.
I'm not from Brazil. There's two regionals happening this weekend. We're gonna talk about them. It's the first big expansion, first big regionals in our new format, and we're also
Mega Evolutions.
Yes. Mega Evolution. And we're going to have this week's edition of Squawker Seas. We're going to talk about all the things in between that. I am one of your talking heads, Kyle Koopa Rios. I'm joined as I am every week by my co-host, Mr. George Fabre. George, how you doing, buddy? Well, not every week. You know,
I was just saying every week.
You've been taking a lot of PTO from the podcast.
Yeah, but it's funny. I don't get paid anything. So is it really paid time off? I'm not sure.
Tax write-off? Swiss bank account? Charity work?
Nonprofit? Anyway, enough about me. We have a special guest tonight. We have Matthew Tam. How you doing, Matt?
Pod. Good, doing well.
Are you excited for your first Squawk and Seas experience?
I've been waiting all this time, ever since you guys started like last year.
You know, we were talking last night at
year.
League. This is like the first time in a long time that in a room you have Squawk and Seas both together.
Yeah.
I've only seen one of you guys at a time.
It's like divorced parents getting visitation rights at the regionals. So.
So Kyle, I said last night, I was like, yeah, I'm definitely Squawk. They're like, no, you're definitely Seas.
100%. There's no doubt.
You're definitely Seas.
You're definitely Seas. I don't know why, but it just makes sense that you're Seas.
But I don't know, because George hates playing decks that like discard cards, so maybe he's not Seas. Maybe he is Squawk. I don't know. Like, I watched George try to play Lugia, and he's like, what do you mean I got to discard these cards? And I was like, what do you mean? What do you mean? Like, this guy gets picked up, like, Pidgeot picks him up by his shirt and then feeds him to his babies. But, yeah, we're happy to have Matt on the podcast, keeping in the theme of, you know, forcing our friends to come on our podcast at one point or another. It's been a long time coming. But, Matt, for the uninclined, talk a little bit about your history in the Pokemon TCG, because you are, in terms of, like, people that we've had on the show, you've been playing for quite some time, so.
I won't say I've been playing for quite some time. It's
been a minute
when I was younger.
It's been a minute.
Been a while. So, for those of me, I'm Matt. I started playing Pokemon. Well, I started playing Pokemon when I was a junior back in 07 to 09. So that was like the Diamond Pearl format. I think my Worlds format was Diamond Pearl to Rising Rivals. So it was like the Lux Ape, all that shenanigans. Not 2010, even though it's close to that format, but 09. Then I came back during COVID after one of my friends was like, you know, Baltimore regional is happening. It's pretty close to us. You should just go for it. And I was like, you know what? Post college, why not? So I went to Baltimore regionals, and since then started meeting everyone, being the Squawk and Seas crew, Jersey locals, and I'm here.
Yeah, recently just had your first day 2 also. Is that correct? In the modern era?
My first day 2.
Yeah, we tried to line it up.
First day 2?
Yeah. Could I get robbed all the time by matchup spreads?
Yeah, the running gag amongst a lot, you know, the lore of our. If we like one of these days, we got to like really break down the Squawk and Seas iceberg, because there's a lot of stuff under the hood of this place. One of them being that Matt might be one of the most unluckiest people of all time, both in terms of travel, in terms of bracket variance. But you finally got one over. You got your first day 2.
I totally forgot about the travel portion. That one's that's IRL unlucky. It's not even part of the game. Just life.
You're just an unlucky person. If you ever want to make sure you get to where you have to get in a timely and like not stressful manner, do not fly anywhere with Matt. It's been well documented in the vlogs, and both in our like recap episodes. Like everyone's always like, oh, everyone's got a Matt Tam travel story. So.
Like 11 trips. I think 7 of them had delays or cancellations.
Is the worst one the Columbus one? Is that the one where you had to drive back?
I drove back twice. It was the Columbus one and then the Pittsburgh one of 2023. I flew there, and my flight got canceled on a Monday, so I had to drive back last minute.
That's
That's
tragic.
kind of crazy. Yeah,
Truly terrible stuff. But
I think the worst one though was NOLA. Was when we were flying back, and then we were trying to land, and they did like an emergency like upkeep because they couldn't land properly, so they just like nose up for us. That was crazy.
that's a bad one. I forgot about that one. But yeah, Matt at his first day 2 with Golden Go in Pittsburgh. We tried to line it up to where we could have you on a little bit sooner after, but in typical Matt fashion, you had some bad luck strike you. You were not able to move into your new apartment, but you've since moved in. Everything's okay.
Everything's solid now. I'm in now. I've been here for a week now. Week and a half. Pretty good.
Awesome. I love that for you. Yeah, you got day 2 of Golden Go. How would you say your Pittsburgh experience was playing a deck like Golden Go?
It was pretty good. Like the deck was pretty broken for playing in that format. All credit goes to really Mike, but 2 counter catchers in Golden Go. Don't know why no one's playing it. 2 counter catchers is so broken. Pretty much the only reason I went 5-0 in the mirrors.
Nah, double counter catcher is heat. If I knew about that list ahead of time, looking back, I probably would have played that. But honestly, my Pittsburgh was so awful. Like I can't blame matchups. I could just blame life.
Your variance was bad too early on. So.
Yeah, I died so everyone else could get day 2. That's basically what the gist was. I was the martyr that weekend, and hopefully I can write that off at some point. But yeah, just some quick housekeeping. Georgie, how you doing, buddy? It's been a minute. What do you let the people at home have been worried about you? So like let everyone know what's been going on.
I'm a slave to my job, so
it's tough.
And I got a girlfriend, so
hey,
ooh, okay.
First official mention. I think,
sorry, ladies. I know you're all going to be so upset to hear that. But yeah, just life is busy. I'm a professional
professional something.
Really. So yeah, I just don't have time for shit. But I did go to League 2 weeks in a row now.
I was just about to say that you did go to League 2 weeks in a row.
I had Matt build me Mega Absol Kangaskhan, and I bought off of him basically just a bunch of common cards and Absols and Kangaskhan's for $30 last night. Everybody's like, "Why are you doing this?" I'm like, "Because I don't want to build it myself." Well, don't you understand?
It was literally all bulk and 2 absolute EXs. Like that's all I sold them.
And the Kangaskhan's.
1 Kangaskhan, right? Yeah.
1.
Oh, two. Yeah, you're right.
Whatever's
2.
in the deck.
Yeah. Except the side deck. I need a side deck. It's a hot commodity. I can't let that go that one.
And then I just yoinked a side deck right from Roger. I was like, "You didn't pay me for Applebee's, you know that?" He's like, "I didn't." I'm like, "No, do you have an extra side deck?" He's like, "I'm like, give me that. Now we're good."
We told you it wasn't him that paid you. He got like 2 entrees and he barely ate any of them. Of course he didn't pay you. Like infinite money glitch, and he doesn't. He can't pay $30 for some mediocre baby back ribs. So
he was like, "Side deck's like $20." I'm like, "All right, give me that, and we're even." So
mine's currently in the mail right now. I bought one for $12 off eBay.
So when you really think about it, Matt, in like the grand scheme of things, I was never going to get that money anyway. Got a side duck for $20 and then paid you $30. So I really only paid $10.
That's some boy ass math, bro. But I'm just gonna.
Yeah, sure. Go with that. Some things are adding up, but yeah, sure. You only paid $10. Yep.
Tough one.
I paid $10 for 2 Mega Absols, 2 Kangaskhan's, and a bunch of bulk. And I don't have to build the deck. I just have to get the few cards that are missing. It's like 7 cards. So
basically, just pay the cost of me building the deck.
Yeah, labor.
You paid for you paid for labor. And you bought your own parts.
Oh,
so
man. There's
fine.
such a joke here that I can't say on the podcast.
Shut the fuck up! I'm begging you. Shut the fuck up. But yeah, love. I got someone's got to drive this. Anyway, I'm happy that listen. I'm very happy that Georgia's showing back up the league. Of course, I didn't go this week. I felt ill yesterday, so I haven't been feeling too hot. Changing the season has kind of beaten my ass, but it does every year. So I'm not complaining about that too much.
Dude.
What? There's nothing wrong with that. This is my own show. Shut up. I lost my train of thought. See, now you got me fucked up.
Sorry.
Happy Legend ZA release day. for everyone who celebrates. Matt, I don't. What's your relationship with the Pokemon video games been as a TCG person? Like, is it like? I feel like my relationship with the games have gotten worse since I started playing the trading card.
Definitely gotten worse. I started Diamond Pearl and went backwards when I was a kid. I feel like I played every game up to Sun and Moon, and I stopped playing every game since Ultra Moon. So like Alola Pokemon and after is kind of a blur. Like if they, like literally, I think that Sun and Moon like era when they talk about like those decks from those past, no clue. Like Cephalon, I only know. Besides that, don't know any Ultra Beasts. It's all a blur.
They're kind of cool though. I will say Sun and Moon kind of. I've like this. I feel like this happens every new Pokemon game cycle where like revisionist history will go back and be like whatever like the game like 3 games before that was. Everyone's always like, oh, that's not that bad. Like I think it's happening now with like X and Y because I think it's also just because of like the the Kalos nostalgia. Everyone's just like, oh, those games weren't that bad, and I've always liked those games, but even I can admit like those games are not like great compared to like what else has come since then. I think Sun and Moon I think are up there with some of the best in the franchise.
X and Y is just definitely memorable just because it was the first game with 3D models, so that's why like I vividly remember it. I think Sun and Moon fell off for me only because Ultra Moon and Ultra Sun were the same game. I just didn't want to play it twice. It's kind of where it stopped for me. I think it's not for most people too. I think that's a lot of something people share.
It's tough. It's not like a black and black 2, white 2 situation where like those games are like peak. Those games are awesome.
Those are peak for sure. I think DS is a good era. The sprites, I miss those days.
George, what's the last Pokemon game you booted up?
Scarlet and Violet.
Actually?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah. Come on, man.
I don't believe you.
Come on.
But yeah, Matt picked up his copy of ZA today. Mine is currently in custody at my girlfriend's house because she's the one that bought the Switch with the game on it. So she gets to play it first. But I get to play Donkey Kong Bonanza, so I'm pretty stoked about that.
Hey.
Matt, have you decided what starter you're going to pick?
No clue yet. I probably lean towards Cyndaquil, but we'll see.
Is Cyndaquil in this game?
No, Cyndaquil's not in this game, actually.
No.
Wait.
Fake fan.
What's the fire starter in this one, then?
Tepig.
Tepig? Oh, I'm not picking Tepig.
What are you like?
I told that then.
Are you like an aesthetic like starter person, or you pick the same type every game type guy?
I'm aesthetics. I think it really depends. Usually, I do lean towards like fire, but I think over time, I'm going to water.
I've always been a grass first guy, just for some reason I can't really explain why. But then I was just like, wait, you can't really get good fire types in these games, so then I just started leaning towards fire, except for like X and Y, because Greninja is like objectively one of the coolest Pokemon they've ever.
That's crazy because X and Y, I think, is the only time I pick grass.
But Chestnut is so ugly.
Yeah, Chestnut is ugly. I think I picked it blind. I didn't know what the final evolution was. I only picked it from the starter.
Like Chespin looks really like is great.
Yeah.
Quilladin is an abomination on this planet, and then Chestnut's like slightly less bad, but
it gets worse as it evolves.
Yeah.
Whereas Greninja gets better when it evolves.
Yeah, Greninja's objectively the coolest out of all of those. Delphox sucks.
Delphox Mega is pretty cool though.
Yeah, it is pretty cool.
Pretty cool.
It's like fire, like I think someone posted a picture of that of like the anime Fire Force of them just like riding the brooms. It was cool. George, you have a starter Pokemon? If you pick up this game, is there one you're leaning towards?
So I played Red and Blue, Yellow, Gold, Silver, Crystal. And I remember what I picked in every single one. And in Blue, I picked Bulbasaur. Red, I picked Charmander because it was like on the cover. Pikachu obviously is you need in Yellow. You don't have a choice. Gold, I picked Cyndaquil. Silver, I picked Chikorita. And then Crystal, I picked Totodile because I just was like, I haven't, picked that one yet. And then what was the next game I played after that was Sun and Moon, which is
oh my god!
Oh my god!
You got like Captain America, like unfrozen in the future. What the fuck?
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Wasn't a Pokemon guy there for a long time. So then in Sun and Moon, I only played Sun. I played Sun and Ultra Sun, and then my roommate had Moon and Ultra Moon. So Sun, I picked. I don't even. Oh no, I picked Piplio. Right?
Oh
That's
yeah,
that one?
yeah. Poplio.
Poplar,
Yeah.
yeah.
And then for Ultra Sun, I picked I never picked Rowlet. I picked the other one. What was the fire in that one?
Litten, Incineroar.
Litten. Yeah, Litten. And then what's the game after that?
I think
Sword and Shield? Sword and Shield?
yeah, that's Sword and Shield after that.
Sword and Shield, I played both of them. I actually played Sword and Shield the most out of all games ever. No, well, Red and Blue I definitely played the most because I was a child. But like out of all the newer ones, I played Scarlet and Violet because it was during COVID, right? So I was like a big into like hatching eggs and like shiny hunting and trying to get perfect EVs and IVs Pokemon. Breeding, that's what it's called, right?
Yes.
I'm big into breeding.
I hated that. I hate it. You're a fucking clown. Oh, that's so funny.
I picked Grookey first. That's my dog, and then the other one I was like, wow, what's the bunny?
Score Bunny.
Score Bunny. What's the evolved one though?
Cinderace.
Cinderace is like low key broken in that game when you play through because it's so fast. So I never picked Inteleon. I loathe Drizzile. I think
Drizzile looks cool.
Yeah,
I think he looks cool because he's got like emo bangs. So that like appealed to like me as like an edgy, like wannabe teenager during COVID.
Yeah. And then in Legends Arceus, I picked Cyndaquil because I was like, Typhlosion is badass in that game.
Oh, he's the best.
Yeah. And the newest one, Scarlet. Oh, did I say Sword and Shield? I meant Sword and Shield before. Scarlet.
No,
and
you
Violet.
did. No, you got it.
Okay. Scarlet and Violet, I picked. Who are the starters again?
It's Sprigatito, it's Fuecoco, and Quaxley.
Oh, Quaxley I picked, and I was
very good at this. I'm blanking every time.
So I was having this conversation earlier today. I have like a severe case of the autism where I can remember every single Pokemon. Like I couldn't tell you anything about like trigonometry or anything. I can't retain anything I learned in high school. But like I could rattle off many useless fact about Pokemon. So.
Yeah, so I didn't really know what the starters evolved into, and then when whatever it's called,
Quaxley, Quaquaval.
Yeah, when it evolved into Quaquaval and it was running around like that, I got very upset with the game and never played it again.
And you're so disappointed. You're just done.
I was like, what is this? What am I doing?
Honestly, I'll keep it a stack. I think all the final evolutions from Scarlet and Violet are pretty disappointing. Like
they all stink.
Yeah, they are pretty bad.
All the base forms are goated. Like they all look great as like their baby forms, but as they like
Skeletor's just boring.
Yes. Wait, literally when Andrew was pointing out in your vlog, I just couldn't name the Pokemon. I had no clue what it was. You had to say it, and I was like, "That's what it was." I had no clue what it was called.
Yeah, shout out to everyone to watch the vlog. By the way, I really fucked heavy with the commercial bit. So
I had such a good one when I was watching it in my head. What I would have done.
All right, we can lean heavy into that for Toronto because I might be back on the table for me now. So potentially, we'll see what happens.
You have to give Matt Tam a Squawk
parents' weekend
regional, yeah.
A weekend with both mom and dad. So
you're going to Toronto, right?
For sure, yeah. I think Toronto will be.
Yeah, you'll be rock climbing half the time though.
Like exactly. I fly in the day early, start bouldering, come from the region ready.
Yeah, that's Matt's contribution to the touching grass segment where we go outside. So he climbs rocks. So.
I also don't go outside technically. It's indoor bouldering. So is it really outside? But...
you have to go outside to get there.
True.
George loves going outside. That's actually the only reason George watched so much of these regionals this weekend is because the weather was shit and his girlfriend wasn't home. So he had nothing keeping him from doing anything. So
it really is sad that I went yesterday was the first day that it wasn't raining that I went to locals. I was I went to locals, it was raining, and then I went to a cup on Saturday or a challenge, and it was raining, and I was like, guys, realize when it rains is the only time I play Pokemon.
I made those jokes all summer at Highlander. Like, is George coming today? And I was like, is it raining outside? And they're like, no. Then I'm like, then no, he's not going to be here. So it's like, you know.
I haven't been to Highlander in a minute.
Yeah. Do you remember how to get there? Like, if you had to drive there, like blind, you think you'd remember how to get there?
Honestly, as soon as I move, that's probably unlikely as well.
Hater. Also, it's been so long since we recorded. George got a new car, so that's another big life update. So
that's true.
Girlfriend, car. It's blue on the inside. That's kind of cool. So
a lot of big updates on the squad here.
Yeah, look at us go. That's it for our housekeeping for today. We have some Pokemon to talk about.
All right, we'll see you next time on
a whole 20-minute podcast. Crazy work. So there's 2 regionals that happened this weekend in the beautiful state of Milwaukee and in Belo Horizonte, Brazil, as this is the first regionals in the Mega Evolution.
Pretty sure Belo Horizonte means beautiful horizon, by the way.
Sure. I'll take your word for it.
Okay.
Thanks, man. But yeah, Mega Evolution is here, legal for standard play. It also still hasn't set into me that this is like a new, like, why do you have that there? Get that out of my face. Yeah, it still hasn't set into me. This is like basically like another base set because the Scarlet and Violet era is over. We're officially into the Mega Evolution format. So yeah, that's interesting to say the least. We're gonna talk about. I can't do anything with this guy. Let's talk about I guess the big picture stuff this weekend. This might be a peak weekend for George because he got to watch his beloved, his very good friend Charizard and Pidgeot take home the gold this weekend. But before we get into like the nitty gritty of it, Matt, how much of Milwaukee did you end up watching, and what were your thoughts on what you had to pay witness to?
I've watched actually a lot of it. Pretty sure I watched the whole thing just because I was like building stuff for my apartment, so I was just on the TV, just like there. I don't know. I feel like everything was kind of expected. I mean, poor Goldango didn't do too well, but I think it was kind of expected going into this meta, especially ever since the tour deck got leaked. It was pretty over for it.
Yeah, that's a tough one. George, you said you watched a lot of Milwaukee this weekend, so what were your big picture thoughts on what you saw this weekend?
Guardy, still good. Mega Absol, real deck. Charizard, it was definitely a Charizard play. I played actually the same list because I think it was floating around. I won't say it, but anyway.
You got me.
The Klefki really broke my brain. I couldn't get around to figuring out when to use it. And then I realized it's only in the deck for Psyduck. And I'm like, okay, makes more sense now. So I misused Jet Energy a bunch of times. I ended up going 3-2 in the challenge. But I could have did a lot better. I haven't played in a while. So that being said, like that list is very, very good right now. Matt, you played it last night, right?
No, I played a different list. It was a slight variant from it, but I don't think this list has Turo, but I had Turo. I think there's a Turo on Jackson's list.
There's always a Turo.
There is not a Turo.
There's not a Turo.
No.
That's insane. How did he win? I don't get it.
Your guess is good. Man.
He's good, man.
Oh, he's awesome. Yeah, he's a great Charizard.
Also a Shaman in his list too. The Shaman.
Oh, yes. I think he cut Turo for Shaman.
Yeah.
And he's also not played a Psyduck either. So
no, you don't play Psyduck.
That's it's so funny because everybody was talking about how if there's a deck to play Psyduck, it is Charizard because
doesn't it shut off your Duskulls too?
Yeah, but I think the theory before everyone was like because Duskbolt was so strong that you had to play Psyduck and Charizard, but then everyone started using their Dusknoir. They kind of just like you just beat Duskbolt at that point.
Yeah.
Also, it's like you don't really need to respect Dragapult anymore for this tournament because no one was playing it. It was like converted so poorly in Pittsburgh, where I feel like if you were to play a deck right now, it's Charizard because you just expect to hit less Dragapult as you go on third order.
How about Ceruledge being the top played deck? Well, technically, Guardy was a top played deck, right? Because if you combine Jellicent Guardy and straight Guardy, it had 14%, I believe, or 16%, somewhere around there. But technically, just the variation of Ceruledge and the Stones being the number one deck, that was the biggest shock for me day one.
Yeah, that was very interesting. I have, for those of you who are following along at home, I'm looking at the Limitless page right now. The biggest thing to me is that number one, no deck over 9% played. So the field was incredibly wide open, which I found interesting. And at least, like you said, they split up the variants of Guardy and Guardy Jellicent and Guardy EX. So like you said, if you combine those numbers, those do make up the best deck in the field. But if we're just looking at if you split everything up, it turns into Ceruledge EX with the Lunatone and Soul Rock engine for Mega Evolution. And as somebody that specializes in decks like this, I was listening to another podcast. I was like, oh, the pipeline from Lugia V-Star to Ceruledge EX is like very short, and I felt very seen. But it's valid. I wasn't sure how good this deck actually was, but this deck is legitimately it's definitely taken, I think, a stranglehold of the best beat stick deck in the format right now. Deck that aims to go fast and do a lot of damage very quickly. That did surprise me. I think the other thing is that Grimmsnarl and Frostlass was popping up on a lot of other people's lists. This is a deck that I felt like was on fraud watch for the last couple of tournaments just because of how awful its Golden Go matchup was, and you have a very shaky Gardevoir matchup, to boast for why people might want to play you. So I was curious for that, but Gardevoir continues to convert well. I'm kind of surprised at the amount of Dragapult that didn't do well. So I don't know. There's definitely some very interesting numbers here. When the field is this wide open, as speaking from, I guess I'll, since Matt's played more recently in a regional, when the field is this wide open, how do you prep for these sort of things? Because my head would explode trying to prep for a tournament if everything has that. If there's a chance I could play 9 different decks in 9 different rounds, that would stress me out.
How I view matchup roulette is just kind of just it happens, right? You can prep for your best of seeing you're gonna play, let's say, Dragapult in this format, right? Where you're losing to mostly Guardy, you're gonna probably losing to maybe a Debo Grimmsnarl. You might lose to the new Tord. It's there's no good way to really prep for such a wide spread. I think the best way is just to play a deck that you're just good at, you're comfortable with, right? Because in the end of the day, it is just matchup roulette. You're gonna hit bad matchups, you're gonna hit good matchups. And get something has a good. You're just comfortable on it, so you're inherently better at it than your opponent.
Well, if you saw the way Jackson kind of blew through the finals, that just goes to show you how powerful Zard can be. If you set up with Zard, it's almost impossible to beat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good deck. That deck definitely continued to show its staying power. We'll talk about the finals a little bit more in depth in a second. I do want to touch on the Mega Absol box a bit here, the Tord box, whatever you might want to call it. This deck, the story behind this is truly incredible stuff. How I think I was listening to other podcasts this week where a lot of people were talking about how I just hit 1900 elo and live, and I just keep getting paired into this Kangaskhan Absol deck. It's fucking crazy. And then Tord made a very cryptic tweet about how he found a deck he wants to play. So he signed up last minute for Milwaukee and was preaching the good shit. And a bunch of other players took this deck to some pretty impressive finishes, not just at Milwaukee, but also, Gabriel Fernandez competing for the first time in Masters, and Belo Horizonte took it to a second place finish. And it's kind of crazy how, I mentioned that Ceruledge kind of takes the place of, another beat stick deck in favor of, it takes Raging Bolt's place in that regard. But this also, knocks Raging Bolt out of the meta a little bit because it's definitely, probably the best big basic deck right now. I don't know how much time or games or how much you watch of these decks when they were on stream, but, this deck is very, interesting. It's kind of fun how everything, works together.
Yeah, so, I mean, the way I look at this deck is kind of what was playing the Maractus a lot?
Dragapult.
And Grimmsnarl.
Grimmsnarl. When Grimmsnarl first came out and people were playing corner in it, like that's where I realized that move is just absolutely freaking broken. So like Mega Absol, you just clutch pretty much half the game.
Yveltal clutches. Yveltal clutches.
Well, yeah. What the Yveltal, whatever, and it's just like it's just so broken that like you just right now we're in a format that no one's playing Switch, no one's playing obviously like Prime Catcher's like your only like switch out. That's kind of Prime Catcher isn't even really that big right now. I don't even know what decks are playing Prime Catcher. Everybody's playing Air Balloon. Everybody has free retreat Pokemon. Yeah, like corner, clutch, whatever is absolutely busted right now in the format.
Definitely people are underplaying like switching cards at all. Like I don't think anyone's really playing Prime Catcher. I think only like, Joltik Block plays it at most, and Joltik Block's kind of having a bad spot meta anyways. No one plays Switch. The only thing you really worry about is Turo and Jet Energy, which is like even rare these days. Like the only reason why I think Zard plays it is because of clutch.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I would tell in the whole poison package you have a Pekron, like getting free damage, stalling, gain free damage, and moving a monkey. Like, it's really strong, especially when you have like sub big attackers in your bench like Kangaskhan and Absol. It's like honestly an insane deck by Tord. It's actually the first time I think we're seeing live as like players in the era where it's like Tord building a deck that is just inherently broken because historically people have always talked about like a lot of supply. Zoroark, he's always played in 2017, but we weren't there for that. We don't know how really impactful it was, but Tord box right now is definitely like, wow, kind of more respect for Tord than I had before, I guess, as someone playing in this era.
The fact that you can clutch, free retreat into Kangaskhan, draw 2, and then play Lively Stadium, go back into it and clutch again. I was like, with the Petron, like it's just makes 0 sense. And then if you have everything, because you get such big hands with that, and you just set up Monkey Dories in the meantime, then set up Absol for 2 damage, and just what is the Absol's first attack called? Prudential Call or whatever.
Terminal period.
Yeah, like absolutely busted. And then its second attack is also busted against Guardy because it hits for weakness. Plus, you just pluck a card out of their hand and you see their whole hand. Like it's like what a broken mechanic.
It's just kind of crazy because I feel like walking this format, like no one expected any megas to be like remotely good. I think my take on megas was like megas are not going to be playable until Guardy rotates because Guardy can just one shot everything. So it's like, how can you play a three prizer 280 HP like you just lose instantly almost? But I guess Tord find a way, Bravery Charm plus Live Stadium, can't really one shot it,
Yeah, that's definitely something I underestimated. Is that I thought decks like Golden Go and Raging Bolt would like rise in stock if people wanted to play more mega stuff, because those decks can theoretically hit infinite damage. But some of those numbers are hard, man. Like I think if you put a Bravery Charm and had the Lively Stadium down on Mega's Kangaskhan, you need 9 energy to knock it out. Like that guy is thick in the jeans. It's crazy. Just like how much health these Pokemon can go up to now. And I also agree to like if you were talking about like a short list of mega Pokemon I thought would be played, these two definitely wouldn't have been very much, would have been far up my list. I just want to see what the world looks like through Tord's brain for like 5 minutes. Like I've never been like a creative person in this like aspect, not just in Pokemon, but just like in life. Like I can't, I think I was talking to my friends about this, and I was like, I've played music my whole life. Like I've played the guitar since for the last like 15 years, but like I can't write my own music. I can like play other people's music, but when it comes to like doing anything on my own accord, I can't do it. So like to have like the creative gene to just like make something like this from scratch is really very interesting.
He definitely took inspiration from like past formats because he kind of tweeted a bit where he kind of hinted that like this card reminds him of a Stantler card.
Nice hand, sir.
Old, nice hand, sir. Exactly. Push away. I believe his like second attack is like you can like discard or like have your opponent shuffle a card back in the deck. I don't remember. So it's that whole idea of hand control. I think this shows good decks from the past really just kind of come back in the modern era. And I think honestly, like Tor's deck is pretty cool and all about like using Absol to that advantage, but I think Gabriel's deck is a little bit different, where it's like he's really just doing the hand control because he has the unfair stamp. Like imagine a turn you use unfair stamp Absol, like your opponent just has a one card hand. Like what are they gonna do? It's
Yeah.
over.
But if you get Trolley going first or second, like if you, on your first turn, you just kind of like, what do you do? Set up
Yeah,
completely.
I agree. I don't like. I was talking to people about like, is like unfair stamp worth it for the consistency of trolley? And I feel like this like definitely needs trolley. Like I don't know how you're getting fair stamp consistently and setting up.
Yeah. Well,
Um, but like I think the idea going back to like absolutely just guarding one card like definitely just like changes everything. Like no one plays around it. No one's gonna play around it at this tournament because they didn't really think about it. You know, playing against Guardy, you have one research or one secret box in hand, it's gone, and it's like Raven deck starting nothing. So it's like you just ruin their momentum. Like even if you're not getting a KO, like you're not gonna set up. So it's like very, very good backup.
I could see like Toad Scroll becoming a tech in that deck too. Discard a card, and then Iono, discard a card. Toad Scroll, you can't get it back out of the discard. kind of busted.
Discard both Guardies and they can't super ride or night stretcher. Kind of correct.
yeah, like this deck is definitely interesting. I'm curious if it'll have the staying power. I think when I looked at limited, it had like a close to like a 60% like win rate, which I think a lot of that is just because people are learning the matchup on the fly from like playing it and also like playing against it. I listened to a couple of interviews where people are just like, yeah, like I was kind of just figuring all the stuff out like while I was playing throughout the tournament, which is a terrifying feeling. But when you're good at the game, you can do that sort of thing. No, looking at like Hale Olbernolte, regional champion in the past, uh, put a Badu in his deck, which I thought was interesting. With the same variant, like you said, Gabriel playing with the unfair stamp. So I'm curious to see if this deck has any sort of staying power. But I'm sure it's gonna continue to be popular. Maybe it'll mean other uh, maybe people start putting counter stadiums back in their decks, to deal with not with just one of the HP buffing tools. So, anything else out of this top 8 you guys want to talk about? I guess we can talk about Jackson and Aban. Aban making his 3rd straight finals, which is nuts to start a season.
I think this is the strongest start to season anyone's ever had for sure. Like at least for our area.
But
sure.
I still don't get the one of Enamorous in his deck.
Yeah, can someone explain to me what this card is supposed to be for? I don't
so
get
the
it.
Enamorous is for the Dingo match. I'm actually playing this in Pittsburgh. So the idea is that like you put down Enamorous, they can one shot it with Monkey Dory and Defiance Band. But he's not. I don't think he's playing the Defiance Band. So that's why I'm not entirely sure what's the plan for that. I'm pretty sure you just kind of like punch Monkey Dory, and then you Monkey Dory again after because the Enamorous does 200 if they're the same type, and everyone plays Pheasantipity, everyone plays Monkey Dory, so like you would match the type essentially.
I get the matching the type, but like I don't know. There's just way better attackers in it.
I think also it might be like I was kind of theorized that it could be good against the Absol box because it's a one prizer that can two shot in return, so it's a good favorable trade. But that's what Azul was saying on stream, which kind of makes sense. Where like you're not giving up a two prizer, you don't have to play a two prizer. It's like essentially like Drifloom, right? Because if you have this loaded, they can't attack Guardy for free because then you're just gonna promote Amorous and knock out again. So
yeah, I guess Drifloom also is not as good if you think about it because if you have to do max damage, you're only gonna have 10 HP, and then you just get it knocked out by Monkey Door.
Monkey Jamming Tower.
Because if you try to two shot it right, and then say, is there a way to two shot it with Drifloom without having like less than 30 HP on?
I mean, you can always just do
kind of a waste of a bravery charm at that point, right?
Yeah,
that's what I'm thinking. Also, now my next question is, how much is the SIR of the Nymerus? Because I can take some of Roger's money if I'm lucky. It's only $5. All right, never mind.
Not that popular card.
Yeah, it'll buy me snacks at FTG, so I'll take that. Yeah, I mean, it just the card is interesting. Again, Gardevoir got like I guess like tangentially better just because of like the new Curlia and new Ralts. I think the new Curlia is huge just because then that helps. Like I think your Raging Bolt matchup was already fine, but like now it's just like okay, now they can't just spawn camp your Curlias anymore. Lily's Determination I think is a great consistency buff for this deck. The mythical stadium fountain thing is pretty good for it as well. So deck is still going to continue to be good. But and again, can't if a Bond doesn't get his Monkey Dory kidnapped in Pittsburgh, who's to say that he doesn't win a second regional that weekend too? So unfortunately, I would feel less bad for a Bond if he. I would feel more bad for a Bond if he didn't like win a regional to start the season. It would be kind of cursed if he like got finals, in 3 different regionals and didn't win any of them. But he's doing pretty all right. So either way,
I feel like he's made a good chunk of change already.
Yeah, he's doing pretty good right now. Not just in the prize money, but also like the booster boxes that he's scooping up here. But good on him. Again, a great start to a season. I think this level of consistency is very interesting to watch in the TCG of all things because on any given day, anything terrible can happen to you. So I dig that. Shout out to Rowan for a 3rd place finish. Great launch to a podcast. Why didn't we do this, George? Why didn't we get 1st and 3rd in a regional when we launched our podcast? They launch a new podcast and they both get they win and a top 4 finish. Nuts.
Well,
crazy promotion.
Well, I tried.
Did you really?
I stink.
Yeah. What was the first tournament after this podcast went out?
Was it Baltimore?
Baltimore.
I started 2-0 at Baltimore, and then Iron Thorns happened. So
Baltimore, I got my ass kicked by Reggie Drago. Saw 4 of them.
Well, the good news is Reggie Drago's dead. It can't hurt you anymore.
He is dead.
When's the last time Charizard won a regional? That's I tried looking this up earlier.
I think it was
probably
Milwaukee.
Azul, right?
Was it no, it wasn't Milwaukee last year. Well, all right, let's shut the fuck up. Before this, I hate you so much.
Azul won in like San Antonio.
No, Toronto.
Was it all the way back then?
Oh no, God. JW won that one.
Yeah,
that's the one that.
What won the last Toronto regionals?
I think Entei was in the deck when Charizard won.
Well, are we counting NA regionals? I'm pretty sure Lifetime definitely had a Charizard win in that era as well.
I'm looking back to see what.
Well, Gabriel Fernandez won a lot of regionals with Charizard.
Yeah,
and seniors.
That's true. I guess I'm trying to think back to Masters, but I can't quite find anything here.
The only person I can think of is Azul. I think back to San Antonio when he played the Justified gloves for the.
That's so crazy. It's definitely been a minute, which is crazy to say, given Charizard's very rich history. I won the Champions League in Aichi, but that's Charizard Dragon Ball. That doesn't really count, so at least I don't think so.
I don't think it counts.
We'll go back and figure that out later. Either way, it's been a minute. I still think Charizard's going to have some staying power until it goes away. Are there any other decks here in the top 8 that you guys find interesting?
Not really.
From Milwaukee, I mean, Grimmstar making a top 8 is kind of interesting. I wasn't really expecting it to be played at all, but seeing it have the 2nd highest play rate, don't get it, honestly, still. I was asking someone in the league yesterday about it. I just can't understand why it was played so much. I feel like the deck's kind of just bad.
Yeah, I think the other thing worth talking about in Milwaukee before I transition to the next thing is the DQ of Luke Smith. I don't know if you guys have any lasting thoughts on that. If you haven't seen anything yet, Luke Smith is a Jersey guy, made top cut, and was DQ'd on a deck check due to warped cards. I don't know if you guys. I don't know if you saw any of the posts or the follow up posts, or if you got any thoughts on it. But
I saw the initial. I think it's kind of crazy that you get an immediate DQ for warp cards, but I kind of get it in the same way. Like you could have advantage, especially after day 2, just being all tense and all, but. The fact that he got deck checked day 1 with no issues and it was the same card day 2, although it doesn't really make a difference when you get win or not you get deck checked. I think generally the punishment is probably too harsh. I think at max I would give probably a game loss in the top cut, if any punishment. But yeah, straight DQ is quite crazy for warp cards, especially since everyone has warped cards at some point, right? Like it's like from natural gameplay.
Yeah. Yeah, that's just kind of the problem, especially with like
Yeah.
certain cards they just like don't make non-hollow versions of. Like I think in the post that Hunter made, his brother, he mentioned that the cards that were warped were his copy of Squawk and his copy of Pheasantipity, which are cards that everybody plays, and they don't make non-hollow versions of them. So even if you watch the guys players play on stream, like every card has like a certain amount of warp to it. Um, it's so those cards either had to have been like half pikes on a skate park to where like they're that warped, but I don't know. It's unfortunate. Like I think the punishment might have been like a little too harsh.
Yeah.
I'm coming from a place of bias also because he played Ceruledge, and I really wanted to see what his list was because he would have been the only Ceruledge to have made top cut in that regard. But tough stuff to say the least.
But he'll get it again. He'll get it again for sure.
In terms of like the other decks that placed outside of top cut, I do let the top placing Ceruledge list that wasn't named Luke Smith got 13th place. The interesting thing about this list is that it plays one copy of a judge. It plays a jamming tower, which I think I already think your like Mega Absol box matchup is pretty good, just because you get around clutch with Jet Energy and you get around you're just able to blow stuff up like pretty efficiently. I don't get what the Miss Energy is for. I don't quite understand what that's about. But interesting.
Miss Energy probably you could avoid some drag pull math, I guess maybe.
That's my only explanation. Yeah,
you can also play it down preemptively if you expect your opponent to monkey door you confuse you, so you just have to worry about a coin flip.
I guess that makes sense.
So we're missing something though. I guess it stops Absol too, right?
It does stop. You
can't get knocked out immediately. But I don't think those are anything like super major. But I guess one's okay to have.
Yeah, it's interesting. Shout out my goat Ross Coffin. Played a fun list that I've been messing around with. He's opted to play 3 Jet Energies, which I think is, in my opinion, correct. I find too many games where like I either prize one or I discard one early, and then I can't get out of like clutch lock. I think having that plus Turo is smart. So just got some staying power. I'm excited to see where Ceruledge moves up in the metagame. As for anything else, I was looking to I was gonna look to see like what the other like best mega cards were. The rest of them pretty much just fell flat on their face. I think Mega Gardevoir was played in Gustavo's deck. Matt, as the resident Gardevoir hater or player, depending on how you feel that day, do you think Mega Gardevoir is worth the squeeze in this deck?
It's hard to say. Like I see the vision in a sense, right? Because if you assume if the leagues of Absol Balls coming, right, you need a heavy hitter, right? I think Mega Gardevoir EX is probably like the biggest like final hitter you can do. You put energy down, you do 300. I think it's like 50 per energy attached to all your Pokemon, for each Pokemon having energy. So you can get some big knockouts and final KOs, but I'm not sold on the list personally because you also play like Drifloon and Stream Tail, so it's like, do you really need it?
I think it's a different deck.
Yeah,
I don't think it's Guardy. Like it's a different. I don't know.
It's very interesting. I personally haven't played any games on it just because I felt like the other lists are just better, but it doesn't really stick out to me of anything special.
Yeah, I basically feel the same way. I just feel like it makes Gardevoir like a different deck. Like you're a deck that plays, Gardevoir already has enough HP and does enough for you. Like putting in a 3-prizer for no reason, I just doesn't really equate to me.
It just seems like a closer. Like if you want to test something real quick, that's all I could really see it being.
Highest placing Mega Venusaur deck was at 931, the top 128, played by Jake Ewart. Jungle dumped his way to a 932 record. Interesting deck. Plays the Meganium, plays the Ogerpons, opting to play Scoop Up Cyclone as your A spec. So interesting to say the least.
I think it stinks.
Hey, I mean, he finished day 2 with a 1-2-3. We went 5-1-1 in day 2, so it's kind of sick. This guy's just so big, man.
Venusaur is a bulky boy.
Yeah. And he's a large boy. Again, I think that's a deck that's like going to need some more time before everything else rotates out. I was looking for Mega Lucario. I think I saw one in here that got day 2. I guess if you want to count Lakes like Zoroark, Mega Gardevoir, like Concoction, that also counts. That deck looks pretty sick. I'll give it up. Shout out Lake.
It's pretty sick. I must say, if you're playing that deck and you hit like Absol Box, you must be like cheering. It's like so free. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
you knock out Charizard like so easily. Like,
yeah. This is a deck I think it's going to get some more play. Just if this like Mega Kangaskhan thing becomes like a lot, like the Absol Box deck becomes a lot more popular. Just because.
Yeah, I might build it on the side, and show up to locals, and I see 4 Kangaskhan's. I'm playing it.
Yeah. It's either going to go 4-0 fighting like the big basic decks, or you're going to go 0-4 playing all Gardevoir. So
yeah.
Right.
There was one that went 7-3-4. So got to play a little bit faster, but
that Pidgeot control deck list is pretty wild. I think it finished top 16.
Oh yeah, that's a deck that I was remotely curious about because I was getting some heat going into the weekend. I think I watched. I think it was Nathan Ginsburg that played day one with like this list or like close to it.
Oh yeah.
But the Sudowoodo, again, another retreat lock Pokemon. The Elgium is like an energy control Pokemon. The Tinglu EX, kind of sick. I don't have a control brain, so looking at a deck like this like kind of hurts my head. But it does look kind of sick though.
Yeah. I think Pidgeot control is just always going to be a thing. One variation after another,
I think it's better now. Control is, but that also because there's also like if Cerulege is taking the place as like the Lugia variant, then like it just auto beats control because you have jet energies. So
yeah, but you also can move energy around so much.
That's also true. So I don't know. I think it's interesting. I think
that Ethan Sudowoodo card you're going to see a lot more.
Yeah, that guy's a Fed. That guy's hella cool though.
I have no thoughts on PF control. I don't have the brain for this. The brain capacity is just too much.
I tried to play this deck on ladder once, and it just like hurt my skull. I can't do it anymore.
Can't do it.
So we're like, all right. So we're 2 weeks out from a regional. I think we're in this format for like another like I don't think Vegas I think is in this format because that's the same weekend as Phantasmal Flames.
Yeah.
So we're gonna be here for a while. So curious to see how everybody adjusts.
Everybody's gonna be playing Mega Absol. The deck is broken. It's messed up.
Also, shout out Lunatone and Solrock. I don't think we talked about those cards nearly as much as we should have. Those decks add like a whole new.
You love them. We get it.
Let me hey, let me have a thing, all right, Mr. Charizard for brains. Like,
it's funny. I realized this weekend that I always say I ain't shit without Pidgeot. I really, really, truly mean it. I can't win games without Briar. Like, I just cannot. Like, the only time I win is when I Briar. It's messed up.
Well, boy, let me. I have a deck for you, buddy. Shout out to Lunatone and Solrock. I think that those cards add a wrinkle to other decks that were missing before. I still think Goldengo and Cerulege or Goldengo and Rocks is like weird. I've been calling that deck Goldie Rocks on the side. Is that
Goldie Rocks?
Is that rock for anybody? Is that vibing with anybody? Is that good?
I think it's pretty good.
Yeah,
I think one of the better ones I heard.
Cool. Yeah, shout out Marielle. She's the brains behind that one.
Goldie Rocks.
Yeah.
So is it supposed to be like Goldilocks?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Yes.
You're so smart. Yeah. I don't know. I think the deck's interesting. I just feel like not playing Energy Search Pro with this deck you're throwing. So.
Well, speaking of rocks, I think it's a good time to get into everybody's favorite segment, Squawk or
C's.
See, I knew you were C's.
Yeah, whatever. That was thank you for picking up on my transition there. I picked rock type Pokemon for our Squawk Teams this week because Lunatone and Solrock are the hot new card. Matt likes to climb rocks as a hobby.
True.
So I'm leaning into what Matt.
See what you did there.
See, Matt. So Matt likes climbing rocks. So I'm going to force him to talk about rock type Pokemon. Do you guys have any I don't really know if I love or hate rock type Pokemon. I don't really know how I feel about them.
I don't know which ones are rock and which one are ground, if I'm being honest.
So guess what, buddy? Most of them, sometimes they're both.
Yeah, most of them are both. Yes, I'm saying that.
I know which one's my favorite one.
I don't know. I think I actually hate rock type Pokemon. I'm thinking about it. Because when I played VGC for a bit back in, I played VGC a little bit. Whenever I get double flint from Rock Slide, actually the most like aggravating thing ever. Like it's like I don't know.
That's my 13th reason for sure.
There's a short phase, small story. Short phase when I was a senior playing in VGC. Like I think it was I got hit by a blizzard, double frozen, and the same tournament was double flinch from Rock Slide. It was actually so hell.
George, you go first. Submit a Pokemon to be Squawk or seized.
Geodude.
Ooh, I'm gonna Squawk it. I have reasons. That's one of my first Pokemon cards that I got in a hospital when I was getting a flu shot was a Geodude card. Do you remember like the Burger King toys that came out like during the first movie? There was like a Geodude like keychain toy.
Yeah, I had that.
Yeah,
too.
yeah, that guy rocked. No pun intended. I'll Squawk Geodude.
Seize it.
You're a hater, bro.
You know, when playing the games, you run into it in the wild. It's annoying, bro.
In the rock tunnel, Geodude is not more annoying than Zubat, though. Zubats, when they hit a supersonic.
Zubats are annoying.
When they hit you
yes, but I think Geodudes like hit harder though. Like they're actually prone to knock you out.
No, dude. When you get outsped by like a random Zubat that hits supersonic on you, like go fuck yourself. Seriously.
That's funny. Does it change for you if it's a Alolan Geodude? That didn't do it for anybody.
No, I don't like that guy.
I'll be honest, do not know what it looks like.
He's got like eyebrows.
Yeah,
he's got eyebrows.
Yeah,
he's like half electric.
Yeah, that dude's weird.
He's electric.
It's half. Yeah, it's rock electric. I don't know.
It doesn't change anything.
Big L on that one. Big L on. So.
Big L.
All right. Let's see here. He's a popular one around these parts when we talk about Pokemon. Tyranitar, Squawker sees.
Yeah, we got a Squawk Tyranitar. He's like a pseudo.
Yeah.
We have to.
I think Squawk. Yeah.
I don't think Tyranitar has been seized on any of the lists we've done. I'd have to go back and like look at the math on that. But like Tyranitar is so cool.
He's like a dinosaur dragon guy. Like he's sick.
Definitely it was definitely on my VGC team when I played this senior.
Shout out, you're a Weather Wars loser. I knew that. It's your
first team was Rain.
Oh my god, you're the worst. All right, Matt, submit a Pokemon to be Squawked or seized, a rock type Pokemon.
Rock type Pokemon? Rock type.
You have plenty to choose from.
Rock type. All right. Actually, is this rock? Trapinch.
Is Trapinch a rock? Hold on.
No, it's ground.
No, he's a ground. Oh, now we got to kill him.
Wait, is that rock and ground? Really? Damn.
No, it's just ground. Just ground, baby.
Rock type. Rock type. Can I name a rock type? I don't even
know. You can Google one, right?
I'm trying to think. Rock type Pokemon.
You think I don't have a list? You think I don't have a Google Bulbapedia up right now? Look at rock type Pokemon?
I got some lined up. If you guys say one of mine, I'm fucked. But there's one.
All right, rock type. Rock type. Sudowoodo.
Ooh, I'll Squawk Sudowoodo.
Oh, seize all day, bro. That guy is so annoying.
Really?
Yeah, because you always think he's weak to he's grass type, and then you do fire on him, and then he's super effective against you. I hate that guy.
But that's what makes him cool. He's Pseudo-Wood. He's a friend. I like Sudowoodo.
The Squawk for sure. I think he has good art in TCG.
Yeah, good art in the TCG. I remember when I was a kid playing Gold for the first time, I accidentally I killed the Sudowoodo, and then I found out I couldn't get another one until I beat the game, and I was really sad about that. Even though he was ass back then. And he's still like pretty ass as far as like in-game Pokemon you can use. Shout out Bonsly though. Cool, great tangible Pokemon in the Super Smash Brothers. He's a fun he's like an item you can throw at people, which is cool.
I didn't know that. I was just trying to think. He's not a character. I was like,
he's a Pokeball item, which is cool.
Yeah.
George, back to you.
Oh, Geodude is ground too.
Yeah, most of the ground. If 9 out of 10 ground types are also rock types. Matt just happened to name one that wasn't. So
yeah, truly unfortunate.
Fraud.
Truly. Yeah, I was always going with this one, Lycanroc.
Oh, that's an easy. Now, which one? There's multiple.
There's 2?
3.
There's 3.
There's 3?
Yeah, Midnight Form, I would seize. I hate that dude. But Dust
Is that
Form,
the furry? Is that like the furry bait one?
No, that's
that like stands on his hind legs.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one's weird.
Dust form though is the coolest one.
Dusk form is definitely the coolest one. That's the reason you bought Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon is for like the orange one. It's
Super
also the one
hard
that
to
Ash
get.
gets in the anime.
Super
Yeah,
hard to get.
I forget. That's like one of the more like complicated evolutionary line ones.
Yeah, and I remember you have to get like a special what's this
It's a rock. It's a
rock ruff.
It's a rock ruff with a special ability that you had to get.
Yeah, it's really tough to do.
All this knowledge, I just don't know.
It's a Sun and Moon Pokemon. That's why you don't know it. So
And that's why I explained it. That's the generation I know the least.
I will Squawk Dawn and Dusk form. I will seize the Midnight form. I think that's objectively the correct way to go about this.
Well, it's a midday form, but
yes, midday form. Excuse me.
I think I will Squawk the midday form. Looking at these photos, I think I'll Squawk midday form. I think it's a Squawk.
It's just too. Yeah, it's like furry bait. It's weird. I don't fuck with it. Cool Pokemon though. I like it a lot. It's Ash's closer Pokemon in the Sun and Moon anime, so it's the Pokemon that wins him the Alola League. So cool stuff there. Come back to me. Let's see here. Okay. There's so many good options, which is the tough part. All right, so it's topical. Kalos is fresh and new again. How about Tyrantrum as a rock type Pokemon?
Excuse me?
Yes, I know what I said.
Is that the dinosaur?
That is the dinosaur one. That's the Tyrannosaurus Rex Pokemon.
Like, I like them, but aren't they fucking ass?
No, I actually think Auroras is bad. I used Tyrantrum in my playthrough. I don't think the stats on this guy are that bad.
I'm pretty sure I picked Tyrantrum as well. I don't think I picked.
Yeah, it's got high attack and defense, but everything else is like pretty mediocre. So I don't know. I think it's cool. I liked it. I'll Squawk it. I'm biased.
I'll seize it.
I'm only gonna Squawk it. Only because I don't know if you guys know this game called Fossil Fighters. Like, it reminds you of this game so much. I played that so much as a kid, other than Pokemon. So I'll get a Squawk. Fossil Fighters is a good game if you haven't played before.
Great game. 10 out of 10.
Goated.
I was unfamiliar with your game, Mr. Tam. You're no longer canceled in my eyes. So, Matt, next one up for you.
Okay. All right. I think this is like one of the more TCG relevant ones in our past. Aerodactyl.
He's a Gen 1er. I gotta Squawk Aerodactyl. He's just so cool.
Aerodactyl Hyper Beam goes burr. Yeah, Squawk and Aerodactyl. He's awesome, dude.
Remember, everyone thought that Aerodactyl V-Star was like gonna be a thing.
I mean, it was.
I like barely.
You put it in Mew. It was the 1-on-1. That was crazy.
It was so complicated.
It was kind of cringe though, but it was good.
Good art rare too. Good art rare on that card.
Good art rare.
In terms of TCG art, that's a good one. All right, we'll each go around. We'll each go around one more time. So George, give us your last one for consideration.
Ooh, for the last one, there's so many that I want to go to. But one that I always thought was like really cool looking, like underrated Pokemon is Aggron.
Ooh.
I'm underrated. I do agree.
I'll Squawk Aggron. I agree. I think it's an underrated Pokemon.
Dude looks sick.
Underrated V-Star.
No, VMAX.
VMAX, excuse me.
I would Squawk it. I definitely would have. No, I definitely would have seized it. It was the Aaron though. The baby.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the Aaron. Yeah, the Aaron's cute.
No, that's a seize, bro. That's a seize.
Yeah. Okay.
100%.
Aaron's.
I was between that or Rhydon, but Aggron looks better.
Aggron, yeah.
Valid. Matt, I'll let you submit your last one first because I'm going to go a certain direction with mine.
There's also a Mega Aggron, by the way.
But it's pure Steel type. Does not count. Yeah.
Oh, all right. There is.
An underrated, oft forgotten Mega. I think, and tune in for our episode in 3 weeks where we Squawk and seize the new Mega evolutions because I have some thoughts.
All right, so this is a rock type. Only one correct answer, I feel like. Iron Thorns.
C's.
C's.
100% C's, right?
Cop.
100% C's, right?
Cop. Robo Cop.
I agree.
Pokemon. That guy's.
I'm glad we're on the same page.
Yeah, I hate that guy.
Like, imagine trying to improve upon something that's already perfect.
Like the one time I wanted Moon to win, right? The one time it didn't pull through, like actually. The one time I wanted it to win and didn't win.
Criminally let down.
Exactly.
Imagine the timeline, man. Like, I think, my God, you're a different person in that timeline.
Honolulu 24, great stories.
Yeah. Oh, tons. Nothing eventful happened that weekend. All right. My last one, Archeops.
I mean, I'll squawk him for you, dude. I know you love your Archeops.
Like it's only a squawk because of how relevant it was in Yu-Gi-Oh! I feel like if that card didn't exist, it definitely would have been a C's though.
I don't like it.
I think it's a squawk.
I don't like the way it looks.
I was gonna squawk it regardless. I think maybe it's like, you know, maybe it's turbo autism because it's both a dinosaur and a Pokemon. But like, I love all the fossil Pokemon, and unironically, I really like Archeops, even though if its ability in the game like makes it like borderline unplayable. So like, even through like a single player perspective, it's just like impossible to use.
What is ability?
I think it like halfens. I think it's like stats are halfened.
Defeatist.
Yeah, defeatist. Lowers its stats when its HP becomes half.
That is terrible. What?
It's horrendous. It's
why is that an ability?
I got nothing for you, but like I unironically like enjoy all the fossil Pokemon. So like I really like Archeops. I like Caracosta.
Caracosta I like too.
Caracosta's hype. I fuck heavy with Caracosta. Shout out to the Dome Fossil and the Helix Fossil. Y'all remember when Twitch plays Pokemon?
Lord Helix, bro? No, was Lord Helix, was it? No.
Do you guys remember that? It was Praise Helix.
Praise Helix.
Do you guys remember that time? That was nuts.
Twitch plays Pokemon.
Twitch plays Pokemon was awesome.
Good time.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh, dude, just Google Twitch plays Pokemon. Somebody will have a video essay about it. It was like one of the greatest things mankind has ever come together to do. Truly incredible stuff.
How long ago was that?
That was a while. That's well over 10 years.
I was definitely still in high school.
I think I was fresh out of high school. So I'm just gonna Google it real quick. Hold that thought. This was in. When did this happen? Oh my god, 2014. So
2014. Wait, I wasn't even in high school. That's crazy.
Oh my god, I'm so old. Oh, my back. That hurts.
2014. I was 24 years old. I was at your age you are now, Matt.
That is crazy. Yo, you guys are ungs, bro.
Oh man, 6'7", 6'7",
6'7", dude, 6'7". That's all we say. Just say at league. It was so funny. We said it in Chinese.
It makes zero sense. It's the dumbest thing of all time.
It's not supposed to make sense. That's the sad part.
That's why it's dumb. That's why it's dumb. Oh, Andrew's like explaining to me. He's like, yeah, you could say it for anything. I'm like, then it's not like a thing. I don't understand. You're just talking nonsense.
But 6'7" or Italian brain rot memes. Like, which one do you like to hear more of?
To be fair, we did do a whole episode on Italian brain rot, so objectively we have to enjoy that more.
Yeah, but Italian's cooler than 6'7".
It
did give me sleep paralysis, so.
Those guys are nuts. That's it for this edition of Squawk or Seas. Thank you guys for joining us, and chime in the comments below for what your favorite rock type Pokemon is. There's a lot of good ones to choose from, unless you choose Iron Thorns, in which don't talk to us ever again.
Loser.
Mr. Fabre, if you feel the need to do so, tell us why you're going to show that. Never mind, it's not an ancient capsule. It's not going to trigger him. He'll be fine. George, I know you're as retired as you can be nowadays, but if the people are inclined to see where you're at, where would you like them to find you at?
You can find me on the app formerly known as Twitter, now known as X, at Pony Bottle Champ, PNYBTL Champ. Yes, my tagline does say soon retired because I don't have time. I don't even have time to tweet. So,
and you still make time for us almost every week. So.
I try.
You try. Matt, thank you for joining us. It's been a long time coming, so we're glad we were finally able to get you on the show. So,
Good time.
Let the people know where they can find you if they feel so inclined to do so.
If you want to find me, I kind of yap on Twitter a lot. So MattHero21 on Twitter. You might already know my profile, but that's all another video.
If he looks familiar, yes.
If this profile looks familiar, you know.
The scalper allegations may or may not be true.
We cannot.
No, Matt is not a scalper. He was just getting his buddies some stuff from Worlds, which everybody does at Worlds, by the way. So
it's true. It's true.
Funny moments. Honolulu 24. Tip of the bottom of the iceberg.
We talked about that on our first episode of the show. So you've been encased in the lore since we started. It's truly incredible stuff. If you want to follow Matt, he yaps. If you like K-pop, follow Matt. If you don't like K-pop, don't follow Matt. It's basically how it goes. So
fair.
You can follow me on Twitter at KoopaNJ and on socials at KoopaNJ. I'm everywhere.
I thought you were about to say that you like trains.
I do like trains. I also like K-pop. So, I'm the autism, it flows out of me like a river into the sea. So, this show's so much fun. Follow the podcast at Squawkcast. We're 12 subs away from 100. If you guys can get us to 100, I'll feel less bad about taking George out back and setting him free. So let's get
pause. Wait, what?
Just do it. Like, subscribe, comment, please help us out.
Ring the bell for notifications. But yeah, we got some fun stuff coming up. If you guys haven't already watched the Pittsburgh vlog, do that. We got some other fun ideas working in behind the scenes. So we appreciate everybody's support. Until then, we will see you guys next time. Good night, everybody.